everyone, welcome to Sweet Tomato Vine Homestead. I'm Linda, and this morning the rabbits are already headed to the garden. But I am out here this morning because I'm going to do a little cleanup. I am going to do a little harvesting. I also have some new growth. We got a sprinkle, not much rain, just a little, I mean a few drops really. But the watermelons seem to love it. They have sprouted even larger. I'm going to show you all those watermelons. But then, y'all, I have something that I think is going to be a game changer to my garden. And I'm going to show you that in just a few minutes. I wonder what this little rabbit is up to this morning. The kid come help me get some of this grass out the garden this morning. Maybe that's where it's going, to go over there and eat some of them weeds. Okay, well, we're going to let him go ahead. Y'all, I'm out early this morning, and the lizards are really out. I've seen a couple of lizards this morning. I just hope their friends are not out. I've seen tiny lizards, a real tiny one, and then a big one. I'm really disappointed about my watermelons because I could see it from the back door, and I was so excited because I had not been able to see a watermelon sticking up like that. So I'm disappointed about that, but I'll carry on because there are more growing. So I need to get in here and cover this one. And then we'll check on the ones that I already have covered with those bags. Okay, y'all, here is another one that they've eaten out of. And someone asked in the comments, why harvest them before they are ready? This is why I am harvesting some of them before they are ready, because otherwise these pests will eat them all. We are eating a lot too because we enjoyed watermelon over the weekend. Very delicious. It was awesome, and because it wasn't so red, but it was delicious. So you know, you always can't just judge by the color of the melon compared to the sweetness. I know in my experience that most of the sweeter ones are the redder ones, but this one was really sweet. So these are some sweet melons, and the varieties are Jubilee and Dixie Queen. Those are the varieties that I've been having the most luck with, Jubilee and Dixie Queen. So I am out here right now, and I need to go ahead and grab these up. I did not come out here to harvest these melons that have been eaten, but I'm going to go ahead and get some of them because I got some other things I want to show you all. And I want to get it done before it gets too hot out here. Because right now it's very early and the sun is not over most of my garden. So I haven't even made it over there to the chickens with the first ones that I harvested. The ones that have been eaten up by the critters. So, and I got the camera going all over the place, y'all. Because I am upset right now. I'm mad about these melons. You all know, sometimes you come out to the garden, you plan to do all these things, but once you get to the garden, there's a whole lot of other things waiting for you that completely change your plans. So that is what has happened this morning. I came out, I was planning to harvest a couple of watermelons. I have harvested a couple of watermelons, but they are watermelons that these pests have gotten into. So I'm going to give them to the chickens, and I'm going to harvest some of my Swiss Chard for my breakfast. Okay, so I'm going ahead and harvest some of this Swiss Chard. It's looking very beautiful this morning. And I thought I had, the irrigation is still going. What is that, spider? I saw something moving here. Okay, so these are some nice looking leaves. And I'm just doing cut and come again on these. Y'all know I love these sauteed with onions, bell peppers, and mushrooms and put over my grits. So that's where I'm doing these today. And it takes a lot because Swiss Chard cooks down the way that the greens, regular greens do. That leaf's okay. It looks like I have a lot, but I don't. It will cook down to almost nothing. And it's good that I go ahead and get these leaves also because something has started biting on them. So it's best to go ahead and get your harvest because if you don't, these critters will get your harvest for you. Yeah, I'm still upset about my melons. I'm trying to put on a brave face, but I'm really upset about those melons because those, you know, it's like they took a break from them and now all of a sudden they came back and started pouncing on them again. So I need to go and look over in the East Garden because I have not been to the East Garden in a couple of days. And so I need to go and look in the East Garden. I also noticed that I got a leak over here on my irrigation. So I need to fix that also. See some peppers back there that are begging me, please come and harvest us. But y'all, I want to show you all this game changer for the garden. Something I ordered that I had on my mind that I wanted to get for the garden. And so I finally went ahead and broke down and ordered it. And so I want to show it to you all because it may be something that will help you all too. So, okay, I think that I've gotten most of the Swiss Chard. Yeah, all this for breakfast. And it'll cook down, so don't think that this is a lot because all this gonna be gone. We'll eat all this for breakfast. Let's grab a few more if I can. Okay, I decided to come out to the East Garden and see if there were any more damages done to my melons or, well, these are squash and pumpkins. And so I see that there is one right here that is ready to be harvested if there is no damage to it. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get this one. Take the end of the shovel. You want to break it off like that. I'm going to have to go ahead and cut this one soon because I damaged it. I see I have another pumpkin over here and I'm going to harvest it, and I saw a squash bug, and I see some squash bug eggs on my plants. I thought they supposed to be trying to die out, but it seems that they are going strong. Look, throw these over there. There's some right there. I'm going to put this boot over. I think I killed 4 at one time. Okay, so I see some squash bug activity is over here. So y'all know I'm going to be ready for this to go ahead and be done because I do not like to have to deal with the squash bugs. So I'm going to harvest the pumpkins that I see that have started blushing. Like this one has turned completely orange. So I'm going to harvest it carefully. Disconnecting it from the vine And you see this tendril right here, if that's any indication, then it is supposed to be ready because its tendril is brown. So I'm going to put this in my wagon. I'm just going to harvest everything that I can. And this one don't have any blushing or any color on it, and the tendril is still green. I'm going to leave this one for a few days. I'm going to get in here and I'm going to get these patty pan squashes. Now, I don't know what this is, which squash this is. I'm getting it. Nice tender patty pans. Okay, I got another couple of patty pans. And Caleb is on the riding more, so that is the noise you'll be hearing in the background. This is my squash and pumpkin harvest for today. Okay, see, this is where the leak is. So that'll be very easy to fix. And I'll fix it before I show you what I want to show you. Okay, y'all can see these little melons are popping up all over the place. Let me turn this one back over. They are popping up everywhere. I may harvest some of these Brussels sprouts today also. And the way that I've chosen to fix this is to just pop this one out and pop in another one. And I just use my pliers to pull this one out. And I can reuse this. All I have to do is cut it. But I will, yeah, there it is. It's plug. I thought my plug wasn't all the way in. And I'm going to just plug this one in through that same hole. And then put it underneath. And I really could be watering something more than this because it has not done that well. These are some milkweed that it is on, but that is what I'm watering right there. It's the milkweed. But I'm going to turn it back on to see if everything's okay. If this water running out properly. Okay, so this line is repaired. Okay, before I fix another one of these, I found another one I need to fix over here. I got me one of these bumblebee tomatoes. This is called the Hydro-Feed Fertilizer Injector. And this is what I plan to use to fertilize my garden with. And I am kind of disappointed because I bought this to use the fish emulsion to run the fish emulsion through my irrigation system. And now I have found out that fish emulsion is not good for running through your irrigation system because it can clog your emitters, because you know fish emulsion has that kind of thickness to it. So what I will be finding is another water soluble fertilizer that I can put into this hydro feeder, because I can use this for my to hook to my irrigation, and it's going to be a game changer in my garden. So I just wanted to show it to you all, show you all how to hook it up and how I'm going to run it to my system. And I am very excited about it. So y'all, let's get started. I can put the fish emulsion into the hydro feeder if I just want to spray my yard. So I can use the fish emulsion in the hydro feeder. I just cannot run it through my irrigation because it can stop up my emitters. So I want to clarify that. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I've basically got it sitting on top of a cinder block. And the part behind it, see if I can move this, let you all see. This also came with it. These parts my irrigation, so it did not come with it. So this is the best that I could set this up for how I have this right here. And this tubing right here will go to this. You have a tube that is coming out and going into the this tube is coming out of the main flow and is going to go into this gallon container. And then this other tube, I'm going to put my fertilizer in here. Let me go ahead and do that while I've got it open. I'm going to go ahead and pour my fertilizer in. This more bloom is going in today. And this more bloom is a 0-10-10. So it will be getting potassium and phosphorus today. All right. So now what I'm going to do is to make sure that I've got this connected to this main flow right here. This is going to flow out into the garden. This is going to take the fertilizer through the irrigation and into the garden. So now all I need to do, make sure that this one, there's a tube that's running inside the container. And then it's going to fill with water, and then it will start to fertilize in the garden. And if you want to get this on tight, I got it sitting on the ground. It said it could sit. It needs to sit. I guess I don't need to have it up. I need to probably have this on the ground since this is low. And then it has a drain right here. I got my drain closed. Okay, so only thing that's left to do, I removed my timer, and I removed my hammer arrestor tee temporarily. I will be putting these back on when I am just irrigating the garden, but just for the fertilizer injector, I will have those off. But I did leave my backflow preventer and my pressure regulator and my filter. They're all on here. I don't want any of this, definitely do not want any of this fertilizer going back into my main water source. I do not want the pressure to be too much for this fertilizer injector. I do not want the pressure to be too much for that. That you have to be careful about that, having too much pressure. So I have a 25 pressure regulator on here. And so now I want to make sure everything's tightened up. I'm going to turn on the water. I want to make sure that the water is on for the irrigation, that is off for my hose that I got running. And I'll turn it back on later. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on, and we're going to see how it works. Okay, you can see the water is going into this container. Okay, so it is filling up. So now let's go out to the garden to see if any of this water with this fertilizer is going to our vegetables. Okay, you all, it is going through. It is watering our plants and fertilizing them at the same time. I have already watered this morning. The irrigation has already been on. You all know that because you saw me fix a leak. But now this is the part that is going out with the fertilizer. So yes, this is going to be a game changer. The thing I'm not going to like about this is having to hook my hammer arrestor tee and my timer back up to the system. And right now, that's the only thing I can do, is because it's just not enough room, because I had not made provisions for this in the beginning. So later on, maybe in the fall, I'll go ahead and, when it's not hot, come out here and I'll reset this. Okay, so I got it hooked up to my second irrigation. And you all might think that that's a lot of work, having to come over here, hook it up to another irrigation. Then when I'm finished with this one, go and hook it to another one. I have to do this 3 times, but it's a lot less work than if I had to go and hand water each of these plants and fertilize them one by one. I've cut my workload down tremendously. Okay, so I'm just over here checking it out to make sure that the water flow is getting to my plants. So it is exciting to watch your plants being fertilized this way. I still have some plants that I have to water by hand, and that's like this Dollar Tree stackable right here. So I will also have to fertilize it by hand. Although I cannot give this plant fertilizer automatically, I am still happy to be able to give it my mixture of fish emulsion and more bloom. Because I cannot give the other plant the mixture automatically, because they say the fish emulsion will stop up the emitters. So y'all, be sure to let me know what you all think about that in the comments. I will try to find a water-soluble fertilizer that works good with the emitters, because I don't want to clog these emitters up. So I hope that you all have enjoyed the video and that you'll give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.